Last month, Jeff Bezos settled on this $90 million mansion on Indian Creek Island in Miami. That is the third 8-figure property purchase the Amazon founder has made in Miami in just the last 12 months. But the billionaire migration to Florida is making even Jeff Bezos' $200 million portfolio of properties look downright modest. According to the New York Post, Citadel Security CEO Ken Griffin has purchased 17 oceanfront estates, some worth as much as hundreds of millions of dollars individually. He is now knocking them all down to make way for one single beach house for his retirement that is estimated to be worth more than $1 billion once complete. None of these billionaires are native Florida men, but it's not the sand and the sun that's bringing them down there. So why the fuck are billionaires scrambling to get into Florida all of a sudden?
Half of the state's top 10 billionaires live in South Florida.
The very largest corporations have saved an enormous amount of money in taxes under Ron DeSantis.
People are flocking here, celebrities, business professionals, everyone alike.
While other parts of the country are cracking down on billionaires and their extravagant lifestyles, Florida is trying to make itself the perfect hideaway for them and their money. According to the LA Times, the mayor of Miami actually personally courted Elon Musk, encouraging him to move his primary residence and business to the city. South Florida wants to be the perfect place for you to live, if you're extremely wealthy. Miami has always been a popular destination for the ultra-wealthy to spend their summer vacations. According to data collected in a study by the global wealth management firm Henley and Partners and compiled by Visual Capitalist, Miami is the most popular vacation destination for the world's 25,000 Centi-Millionaires. Those are people with a net worth of $100 million or more. In the past, most of these ultra-high net worth individuals would return back to their real jobs in real cities like Seattle, New York, San Francisco, or Los Angeles. But now, they are moving to Miami for good. And they are doing it for 3 surprising reasons. The first reason is that Florida is a safe haven for wealth. A unique quirk of Florida law makes owning a home there a unique financial tool. Florida has unlimited homestead exemptions on personal bankruptcy, which means that if someone declares bankruptcy, their primary home cannot be taken from them to pay back their lenders no matter how expensive their home may be. The law was created to make sure that Floridians always had a place to call home even if their business ventures went wrong. If you are a billionaire and you are afraid that your personal finances are falling apart, you can buy a home worth $100 million in Florida. Since the state sets no limit on the value of your homestead, even if you do go bankrupt, you still get to keep an asset that you can set up with generational wealth. If you don't ever go bankrupt, then a 9-figure mansion on Palm Beach is a really nice insurance policy that you get to live in. Other states do have similar unlimited homestead exemptions, but not many of them have homes worth enough to preserve the wealth of a billionaire. Florida has the right combination of property taxes, property values, and property laws. Oh, and it's also still a nice place to live, if you're a billionaire. But using Florida as an asset bunker is just the first reason. So it's time to learn how money works to find out why so many billionaires are desperately rushing to make Florida their home. This week's lesson was sponsored by Manscaped, the global leader trusted by over 10 million men for everything from trimmers to hygiene products and premium boxers. Manscaped is now introducing the boys lineup from Manscaped. Introducing the Lawnmower 3.0 Plus, the Lawnmower 4.0 Pro, and the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra, each designed to keep your boys in prime condition. The Lawnmower 3.0 Plus sets the standard with its ergonomic design and Gen 2 ceramic blade with skin-safe technology, making grooming down there safe and comfortable. Moving up, the Lawnmower 4.0 Pro adds a powerful constant RPM motor and convenient travel lock feature, ensuring your grooming session is both efficient and worry-free. The crown jewel, the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra, introduces next-gen dual skin-safe blades and an innovative interchangeable foil blade for the closest trim, proving it's the ultimate grooming powerhouse. Regardless of which model you choose, all 3 lawnmower trimmers come equipped with skin-safe technology and waterproof capabilities, offering a seamless and safe grooming experience wet or dry. Give your boys the love they deserve, and go to manscaped.com/howmoneyworks today and get 20% off plus free shipping when you use promo code HMW20 at checkout. Now, if there is one thing that explains why billionaires do anything, it's normally to avoid tax. The bombshell 2021 publication of leaked IRS information by ProPublica revealed that billionaires are happy to spend tens of millions of dollars on accountants, lawyers, and bankers if it means they get to save hundreds of millions of dollars on tax. Florida has no state income tax, so you might think that billionaires are moving down there for the tax break. But that's not the full story. The second reason that billionaires are rushing into Florida is to avoid the wrong types of tax. Jeff Bezos does not make most of his money from a salary. According to company records, even when he was the CEO of Amazon, Bezos only took home a salary of $82,000. The company also gave him an allowance of $1.6 million for him to pay for security and staff travel for company business. That part of his compensation package was not considered taxable, just like a delivery driver wouldn't be expected to pay tax on the money they are given to fuel up their truck. Bezos did not get the money to buy hundreds of millions of dollars worth of real estate from a paycheck. He instead gets it by selling billions of dollars worth of Amazon stock every single year. According to Bloomberg and SEC filings, in February of this year alone, Bezos sold $8.5 billion worth of Amazon stock over a 9-day period. Since he got his shares effectively for free when he started the company, this sale is all profit, but that profit is capital gains, not income. Capital gains income is treated differently in the eyes of the IRS and state tax authorities in Washington, where he resided up until recently. Bezos is taxed at a much lower rate on the revenue of the sale of his shares than he would be on a normal income that high, which is why if you have a decent job, you are probably in a higher tax bracket than poor old Jeff Bezos. Moving to a state with no income tax like Florida would reduce the income he pays on his $82,000 salary by a few $1,000s, but that much money wouldn't buy a single cog in the clock he buried in the desert, so he isn't exactly going to move across the country just for that. What did conveniently line up with Jeff's move south was a new law passed in Washington state that would tax its residents 7% of their annual capital gains above $250,000. According to company filings, after the law passed, Bezos stopped selling his shares until he became a legal resident of Florida, and now he has started selling again. A CNBC article has estimated that the move will save the Amazon founder $600 million a year, which is enough to buy him his new yacht every year. Florida has made it clear that no such funny business will happen to its billionaires, but that doesn't mean that it's not getting anything out of this deal. The celebrities and rich listers are still spending a lot of money in property and municipal taxes, and they are bringing jobs with them. A state like Washington, on the other hand, which was trying to increase its tax revenue by taxing its richest residents, just made them leave. As more ultra-high net worth individuals make Florida their home, it just makes it even more attractive to other ultra-high net worth individuals for a reason which is equal parts finance, business, and human nature. People like to interact with people who are similar to them. Studies by UC Berkeley and the National Library of Medicine found that the thing most likely to decide who you interact with is how much money you make. You are going to find it more comfortable to hang out with people who can afford the same activities, relate to the same problems and opportunities, live in the same areas, and most of all, live lives that you can relate to. The only problem for them is that there are only a few thousand people worldwide that live the lives they do. There are very few people who can even afford to partake in their leisure activities unless the billionaire is funding it, which puts an asymmetric dynamic on any relationship. So rich people flock together in major cities where not only they can keep each other company, but they can also share amenities like world-class golf courses, marinas that can dock their 300-foot mega yachts, private jet terminals, gated communities, and world-class entertainment. The businesses that provide these services naturally follow where the money is. So there are only a few places where a billionaire can access all of the amenities they need to live their life. This is pushing ultra-high net worth individuals into a smaller number of concentrated global hubs. According to Forbes, almost a quarter of all the global billionaires that they track resided in just 11 global cities. Miami doesn't crack that list yet, because it's not making any billionaires of its own. Yet. But that's also starting to change. Michelin star chefs and yacht captains are not the only people following billionaires to Miami. There are also new startups following the money and talented workers following the exciting new companies. Florida's friendly business regulation and wealthy inhabitants have made it a real financial hub that's easier to attract talent to than more expensive and less lifestyle-friendly cities like New York. In an interview with Bloomberg, Ken Griffin, the man building the billion-dollar mansion on Palm Beach, said that Miami could become the new financial capital of America, overtaking New York, which is currently the city home to most billionaires in the world. Griffin moved his company headquarters from Chicago to Miami in 2022, so he either really believes in the city or he needed to justify living on the beach to his investors. The billionaire migration is not going to be all good news for the city. Tech and finance bros moving to cities like New York and San Francisco to chase whales have messed up a lot of things, and I say that as someone who has personally been a part of the problem. I am going to be writing an article on this video in my newsletter about the immense stress large capital inflows put on cities once the big firms move into town. If you want to read that, sign up to Compounded Daily using the link below. The bonus fourth reason why billionaires are moving to Florida is because they want to get out of the cities that made them rich in the first place. Go and watch my video on the homelessness industrial complex to find out why the richest cities in America have the most people on the streets. And make sure to subscribe to keep on learning how money works.